Welcome to Yellow Brick Road. I'm Jordan, and today, one of the most disgusting pieces of propaganda I've ever seen in my life. Seriously. But first, please consider donating to Devon's Journey to Recovery. The GoFundMe link is in the description box. If you got $5 or more laying around and you want to donate to a charity, you can at Devon's Journey to Recovery. GoFundMe link in the description box. Alright. So, George Carlin is one of my favorite comedians. One of my favorite guys just to listen to. Just rant about shit. And these Democratic, cretin, creepy motherfuckers made I'd say one of the biggest pieces of propaganda I've ever seen. And I'll explain why after I play the video. Because you're going to say, oh, it's just some comedian guy. How could it be crazy propaganda? It is. Trust me. So I'll read the tweet first. Wow, I love George Carlin. This from the grave may be his most important and timeless rant ever. Whatever you do, don't make it go viral. Hashtag America wake up. Holy shit. Like, they're making it seem like he said this yesterday and talking about specific people, as you're about to see right now.
Say what you want about America.
Real quick. Pattern Integrity Films. Fucking integrity here. Sorry.
Say what you want about America, land of the free, home of the brave. We got some dumbass motherfuckers floating around this country. Dumbass motherfuckers, you know? The real owners, the big wealthy business interests that control things and make all the important decisions. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They got you by the balls. They want more for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. That's against their interest. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. By the way, it's the same big club they used to beat you over the head with all day long, where they tell you what to believe all day long, beating you over the head in their media, telling you what to believe, what to think, and what to buy. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you at all. At all. At all. And nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. That's what the owners count on. The fact that Americans will probably remain willfully ignorant of the big red, white, and blue dick that's being jammed up their assholes every day. Because the owners of this country know the truth. It's called the American dream, because you have to be asleep to believe it.
Now, you should already see the problems with that, right? I mean, every time he said, big club, it'd be like a picture of Trump. Every time they own this country, picture of Trump, who just got into politics not that long ago. Did you notice something was missing though? It's like all the other people that have been a part of the corruption in America, right? I believe this is from 2005. The George Carlin audio, I think it's from a 2005 stand-up special. It's like, who was around back then? Who's he talking about back then? In fact, he's probably talking about people even prior to 2005, I would think. They're not in this commercial. I don't get it. It's like all people and politicians that happen to be here after George Carlin is dead already, after this audio, after this stand-up special that he had. So clearly this is some hack job from barely human type people trying to preying on the ignorant, basically. Like, whoa, George Carlin was like on this side? talking about, yeah, vote Biden. Holy shit. I don't even think I need to explain how he would crap on all these guys. If he saw this shit, holy fuck. Now, I'm not saying I know him personally, but let's be honest here. If he saw this fucking video with his fucking audio playing over it, he'd be like, well, where's everyone else? Where's everybody else at? The owners, and it's just Trump. They flash Trump. What the freak, man? This is going to be... Like, this is... The Trump fans are going to use it. In fact, you got him more voters. Because there's a group of people who don't give a shit about politics, but they care about George Carlin. And when they hear this shit, right, they've been following Carlin for years. They hear this shit and they see the video clips posted up with it, right? The media lies to you, and it's just Fox News only. Like, those people are going to be like, no, wait a minute, he's talking about all these fucking guys. Trump hasn't been president forever. What the fuck? Holy shit. I think he had a 2008 special too, right? Around the time Obama came around. Yeah. And he didn't, as far as I understand, he didn't change his act for that year. I'm sure he's crapping on them again. It's so funny. Like, he's correct about what like, these people do not give a shit about you. Someone can easily take the audio, and just flip it around to make it favor Trump. They'll show you clips of Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and all these fucking guys that, like, pretend to care about you as she's showing off her 2, 5-figure refrigerators and all the ice cream she can eat. Like, that's what that fucking clip is made for. It's like perfect. That actually works like fucking perfectly. Pelosi on a late night celebrity talk show showing off her ice cream and her 2, $20,000 refrigerators. That was made for this fucking audio, man. But of course not. Of course it's hashtag Wake Up America. I want to see if they get crapped on here real quick. See? Take down the Republicans. Let's see. Yeah, everyone's going to know that, like, oh, he's talking about all of these guys. All of them are the big club that we're not in. I believe that was his perspective. All right, so let's go into what I think is the bigger point, which is this is one of the biggest pieces of propaganda I've ever seen in my life. Because you're taking someone who's countercultural, who's anti-establishment, and you're turning him into established. You're trying to bend him, his character, not him himself, into establishment, into mainstream, creepy politics shit, that type of culture. You're trying to bend his figure, his legacy into that thing with this. Fucking incredible. And the reason why it's such a large piece of propaganda, as far as, impact, or attempted impact, I don't think it's going to work too well, but attempted impact, is that this figure who stands for this thing is more important than a piece of legislation or one of these politicians like a Bernie Sanders or a Tulsi Gabbard or any of these fucking guys who stay politically correct and make sure you're nice to everyone and Joe's my friend and I'm trying to get this policy passed. But like that shit, Carlin is more important than those guys on this level as far as getting shit done. You need those figures out there that aren't going to take shit and they're going to say what they fucking believe out loud. And then you need those figures that do that to get a giant stage, which he did with his comedy. That is a important figure for, I would say, for some sort of righteousness taking over instead of this creepy political shit. And if you make those guys watered down, like they do with MLK or Malcolm X or any of these fucking historical figures, you melt them down to lukewarm puddles. It's hurting the future, I would say. I would hope younger people that never heard of Carlin find actual Carlin shit. Unedited, just a stand-up or an interview or something like that. Because if they see this, they're like, oh man, he must have been a Clinton voter or Clinton supporter or whatever. Like George Carlin had questions about 9/11. You think he's fucking like a mainstream Democrat? The fuck out of here. So yeah, like MLK, right? One of his biggest speeches beyond Vietnam. Huge anti-war guy. Yet all we hear is "I have a dream." Watered him down. And every MLK day or birthday or whatever, in the NBA, oh, I have a dream day or whatever the fuck. Right? It's not let's get out of war day in the NBA. It's I have a dream day. Watered down. Any of these big figures throughout time. He's like a Bill Hicks who made it mainstream. And they're going to water him down to, I don't know, to a Stephen Colbert or something. He hated the Republicans. Holy shit. Whoever made this is backed by someone. Probably like someone big in the Democratic establishment side of things. And trust me, they're winners. No matter who wins, Biden or Trump, they still win because they're in that big club that you're not in. They are in that big club. And it's just little numbers that move around for them. It's not, my house is gone. My health care is gone. My kid's going to war now. What's this? What's their names?
I think they're called Integrity.
Yeah, Pattern Integrity, whatever. What does that say? Pattern Integrity Films.
Claims to be funded by the resistance and powered
Yeah.
by Portland Incorporated.
This is straight up, as Jimmy Dore says, Mick Resistance. It's the fast food version of actual resistance. Cheap, disgusting, bad for you resistance. That's what this is. Holy shit. Fucking propagandists. Trust me, that's fucking huge, man. To use George Carlin that way. Imagine like using like Bill Hicks like that too. Where all the shit he says about politics or conspiracy, you can just put pictures of Donald Trump up there. How disgusting that would be. Fuck. I don't know if I want to say anything else. I think that's it. Whoever made this, fuck those guys. You can even see them like, they're probably going to try to steal conspiracy from you guys too. Like conspiracy used to be a big thing on YouTube, like conspiracy theories and all that shit. You know, a lot of it trash, some of it pretty good, some of it really good. They even like parlayed it into, you know, psychology and philosophy and stuff and tied it all together, which I thought was interesting and good. But, nope, watered down. Now you have Shane Dawson. Enjoy it. Enjoy that shit. They're going to steal Carlin. They are the fucking Night King in Game of Thrones. They want to steal your past. They want to get the three-eyed raven who knows all the past and shit. They want to get that motherfucker and infect them with cold or whatever they do, with snow or something. They want to own your past and then give it to your kids. The watered down, puddled version. Alright, that's it for me. Please subscribe if you like, comment, agree, disagree. Tell me what you think. Would Carlin be okay with this? Do you think Carlin would be okay with what the fuck we just watched? Do you think it's gonna work? I don't think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna fall on its face. I think it already fell on its face. Like, wait a minute. It's like we're not all 10 years old where we never heard of George Carlin. There's a lot of people who like George Carlin, listen to him, listen to his stand-up, listen to his interviews, didn't give a shit about politics, and then watched this and was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Imagine Bill Hicks' like smoky room bit. It's just Donald Trump there. Donald Trump and Putin. Holy shit. Don't forget to donate. Devon's Journey to Recovery. GoFundMe link in the description box. And with all that said, give this video a thumbs down.
Say you wanna get in.